So this video is going over mean, median, mode, and range. So this is our first video in our stats unit. So first we have the mean, which is the average of the data set. So you're going to need to add up all the numbers, and then you're going to divide by the amount of numbers in the data set. Next we have the median, and the median is the middle number. So your steps are you have to list the data values in order from least to greatest. And then you're going to cross off one from each side until you get to the middle number. The mode is the number that shows up the most. And if all the numbers show up the same amount of times, there's no mode. And your mode can be more than one number. The range is the difference between the largest and the smallest number. So make sure when you're calculating it, you do the largest first and then subtract the smallest. So it's always large minus small. If there's an outlier means there's a number that's much larger or smaller than the other numbers in the data set. Okay, so let's try one. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is order it from least to greatest. So 7, 9, 10, 13, 17, 20, 17, 20. And as I do that, I always cross the numbers out to make sure I didn't miss one. Okay, to find the mean, because that's the first thing it's asking for over here, is we have to add them all up and then divide by how many there are. So if I add them all up, I get 76. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So I'm going to divide by 6. And I get 12 point, and we'll say 67. So we'll round to 2 decimal places. So my mean is 12.67. Okay, next we have our median. So our median is going from left to right, and you have to cross off as you go. So my first one would be 7 and 20, 9 and 17, 10 and 13. So the median is going to be right there in the middle. So in order to calculate it for a median, we're going to find the average of these two. So in order to find the middle when there's two numbers, you're going to have to add them together and divide by 2. So you're going to do 10 plus 13 divided by 2 is going to give you 11.5. So our median is 11.5. Okay, next we're going to look for the mode. Is there a number that repeats more than once? So nope, they all repeat once, so you're going to say none. Okay, for the range, remember it's the big minus the small. So our biggest number in our data set is 20. Our smallest number is 7. So 20 minus 7 gives us 13. And for the outlier, it has to be one really big number or one really small number, and these are all close together, so there is not an outlier. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, so go ahead and order them from least to greatest, and when you're done, unpause the video. So check to make sure you put the correct ones in order. So you should have 78, 96, 96, 102, 102, and 114. Okay, next we're going to find the mean. So go ahead and calculate the mean. So you need to add them all up. So when you add them all up, I got 588. and we're dividing by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So take 588, divide by 6, and you get a mean of 98. Okay, the next thing is the medians. Remember, that's the middle number. So 1 and 1, outside, outside, inside, inside. Again, there's not actually a middle number. If there was, you would just put it, but there isn't. So we have to do, for the median, 96 plus 102 and divide by 2 because there's two numbers. So 96 plus 102 gives me 198. Divide by 2 is 99. So that would be the middle number. So 99 is the median. Mode, let's see, does one happen more than once? Okay, there's two that happen more than once, so we're going to have two modes. Our mode is 96 and 102. Okay, next I want you guys to find the range. So remember, range is big minus small. So go ahead and unpause this video once you have found the range. Okay, so for your range, you should have got big minus small, so 114 minus 78 is 36. And finally, we have outliers. So right now, we're not actually calculating to see if there's an outlier. We're just looking at small numbers versus big numbers. So 78 is significantly smaller than all of the other numbers. All the other ones are close to 100. So we're going to say 78 is an outlier.